Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. So the episode started out with Marceau being at the house sometime after the accident, might have been the next day, and Maurice came over to check on him to see what he had going on. He over there talking about his stomach hurting, his brother looking like, what you mean your stomach hurt? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm like the same way, like what you mean? He was like, well, I feel like your heart might be hurt or whatever. You might be in your feelings. Wanda is not there. The kids aren't there. She took them back to Birmingham. And Letitia is still gone because she is in school. So, yeah, nobody's there but him. He got to take care of himself. I feel like he just a little bit in his feelings because he has to fend for himself. He said that he is a little sore, but, you know, I'm still trying to understand why he's talking about his stomach hurting. Maybe it's hurting because ain't nobody there cooking him home-cooked meals all day, every day. I don't know. So anyway, they were talking, and eventually he basically was inquiring about the child in question. And he was like, what are you talking about? Like, he really kept trying to play that role like he didn't understand what his brother was talking about. And so he was like, yeah, my brother don't know that I, you know, try to make it seem like he has an ironclad type of like he's just so, you know, he could just keep these secrets and that he would never know that he know all this stuff. Like, he really tried to make it seem like he got it like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, he was like, well, I know that you and him are supposed to be working together again, so you need to talk to your friend. And, you know, and so he was like, well, you know how I feel about that 47-acre situation, and I don't want to get burned again. And I don't blame Marceau for that. So anyway, then we start to actually see Melody talking to her little girls, encouraging them, telling them about how beautiful their hair is and how everybody, you know, has a different texture, and even trying to encourage the son as well. Now, this is coming off of what we have found out, apparently, that Wanda has said some things about her children's hair. So, I don't know what she said in particular. Did nobody throw no screenshot up there from what I can remember. But apparently, she got on social media dogging their hair out. I don't know what she said about it, but yeah. So then she was like, you know, told the kids to go get their book bags. And then while they were doing what they were doing, and she put the baby down in the crib, the playpen or whatever the baby was in, she called Letitia. So she called her to basically confront her and told her that, you know, she didn't appreciate how her mama came at her kids sideways about their hair. And so she was like, my mom? That doesn't sound like something my mom would do. I was like, girl, did your mama start being Wanda all of a sudden? Like, what is we talking about? What is we talking about? Anyway, she want to play like she don't understand how her mama get down. I'm like, girl, you know how your mama do. So anyway, after all was said and done, here she go creating another event. Talking about, oh, well, speaking of, I have a Brown Girls event. And, you know, I want to see if you could bring the girls. And then, like, she was like, I might pass the information along to Martell. And she was like, oh, well, no, there's no reason for you to pass any information along to him. If there's an event for the girls, I would, you know, naturally bring them. And so she was talking about, you know, well, maybe you just want to drop the kids off. She was like, oh, no, there will be no dropping of the kids off. I was like, no. But anyway, she was like, send me the information, and if I, you know, have time, and if I can do that, then I'll see what I can do. And she still was trying to tell her, oh, well, it's coming up soon. I was like, girl, she said send her the information. That was the end of the conversation. But anyway, I can't. Well, Letitia done made it back to the house, and Marceau at the house, and he act like he's somewhat happy to see her, I guess. But anyway, so they start talking, and she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Talking about the accident, and I'm like, girl. She wanted to know what happened. He told her about the 5-car pile up, all of that, the chain reaction that happened. And so then he was like, well, your mother wasn't here and whatever. So all of a sudden, it's like as soon as they started talking about her, she came in the door. Y'all, why? What is going on? We find out that Wanda has custody of the grandchildren. The kids that was there with her the last time, it's 3 of them. And I told y'all one of them looked like it just came fresh up out somebody. Like, how in the world is somebody just having, why she got custody, why she got full custody of these children? What is going on? What is going on in your family's life, Letitia? Golly, what happened? What is going on with your siblings? So anyway, I didn't know it was 3 of them. I knew it. I knew of one in particular. I didn't know it was 3 other ones that was there. So, yeah, that's a madhouse. No wonder Marceau was feeling the way he felt, because all the people was up in there. That house was filled to the brim. But anyway, oh, child. So she was trying to figure out, you know, how did they get along when she was gone? I'm like, girl, they ain't never got along. Why you think they all of a sudden gonna get along because you ain't there? Like, that don't make no sense. So anyway, they talking, and she was like, well, I was trying to figure out why he went camping. She accused him of cheating. I was like, Lord have mercy, Wanda. Whether he was cheating or not, it just is what it is. And I ain't gonna lie, Wanda, the only thing she done said so far this season that I agree with is, why would you take the sports car to go driving, to go camping? He talking about, I ain't gonna take my work truck. You act like the truck belonged to your boss, and you're the actual boss. So that don't even make no sense to me. Why wouldn't you take your truck? What's the name took his truck? That's his work truck, if I'm not mistaken. Because I'm like, dang, why did nobody understand that you was going camping? Why are y'all taking luxurious vehicles, all these luxury vehicles? That didn't even make no sense to me. But anyway, I couldn't even believe that she actually said the same thing I said. Didn't I say that the last time? I was trying to figure out what he was driving that to the place for anyway. But anyway, but she was over here trying to accuse him of cheating. I don't know nothing about all that. I really do think that he has cheated on her. Might actively still be cheating on her. But yeah, I've been saying that since season 1. Episode 1. So, it wouldn't surprise me if some stuff did come out. And we've already seen video footage of people trying to deny that all this stuff happened. It just looked like something staged, and it was a mess. But anyway, to make a long story short, Wanda and Marceau got into it. He told her, get up out the house and shake a bone, shake a leg, or whatever. Some saying that she says or whatever. And she was like, don't say what I say. And you ain't got to put me out. I'll leave. I ain't got no problem with leaving. So she ended up calling like the older grandchildren to, you know, come from downstairs, from upstairs, excuse me, so that they can go. And she was like, I don't need a man for nothing. He was trying to open the door. She want nothing from him. I'm just like, Lord. So then after he leave out, Letitia and Marceau get into it, and she was like, why did you drive your sports car? That didn't make no sense. Why you have all these other cars? Why would you drive that? And I mean, they got into it. He said he finna leave and go camping and glamping and anything else to not be hiking and not be in the house. And she was like, you know what, whatever. So they was getting into it. It was a mess. But yeah, that don't make no sense. You should have drove the work truck. Like, that didn't even make no sense for you to drive that vehicle. Okay, so I had to switch rooms again. Had to come back to my usual little spot. But anyway, so before their scene ended, Miss Wanda was talking about, you know, if she needs to, she would go with Letitia to go get the police report, because he did call the insurance company to let them know that the accident happened. Apparently, Wanda called first. I don't know if he was joking or not, but he said that Wanda called first, and he think that that she's over here trying to make sure that, you know, she'll be set financially if something was to happen. And I'm just like, what in the world? I can't. But anyway, Letitia gonna ask her mama, well, if he was cheating on me, do you think I would still be with him? I'm like, girl, yeah. What is he talking about? Yeah, I feel like he been cheating. But anyway, I digress. Martell went to meet up with his frat brother, Chris, to give him some bad news. And of course, that bad news is that because of everything that he has going on in his personal life, finding out that Melody is not here for everything that he thinks is supposed to go a certain way in the divorce. And so the 47 acres are not up for grabs. And that is posing a problem because they have already been doing all kinds of work. That man is tired of his spirit. He was like, I just went over there the other day and they are doing things over there. It's been like a year and they've been doing little things here and there. And it could pose a problem legally for him. So it's like you're already going through it with your wife. And now you might go through it because you didn't put these people out here and making it seem like you are able to do something that you might not actually be able to do. Like, you could tell that man mad, sad, confused, tired, just all sorts of emotions going through his head. And I'd be tired of my spirit too. So anyway, the day of the event has happened for the brown girl situation that Letitia has come up with. And the children seem to be enjoying themselves. They had a little girl who created her own crayon line that is specific to brown children, black people, because normally we are not able to pick up a crayon or anything like that and just color in something and say, oh, this is my skin tone. And yeah, I thought that was amazing. I thought I'd heard of that before, but yeah, that's what the girl did. She created that, and it's just amazing that for me to be almost 40 years old, it took almost 40 years since I've been in existence, since I've been alive, for someone to think, oh, the color brown and the color black and these colors in between are not the colors that you could just pick up and just say, okay, this is my skin tone. Like, it's crazy. And this child came up with it. I think it's so awesome. But anyway, y'all, I knew I was going to forget the name of the company. And I knew I was going to forget that child's name. But hopefully, if nothing else, I'll put it down in the comment section. So forgive me for that. But anyway, like I said, the kids seem to be enjoying themselves. They ended up having like a little separate activity for them to do. And they went and they were painting and coloring stuff and all of that. And so the ladies were talking amongst themselves. And apparently Destiny wants to do a girls retreat and asked Melody would she be willing to go if she's interested in the least bit. And so she was like, I mean, it's cool with me, you know, I ain't got nothing going on like that. I mean, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure I could. And then Letitia, since she is like co-hosting the event because she's hosting with one of her cousins, she came over and they asked her. You know, she extended the invitation and she was like, oh, well, who all over there? Who all gonna be over there? Who all going? And so she was like, everyone who's here. So of course that means Melody. So everybody looking, trying to figure out, you know, let's gauge this heifer and see what she gonna say. And so she was like, well, I mean, so how long is it gonna be? And can we bring our own car just in case we need to leave? Like, I'm just like, girl, you are really letting Melody live rent-free in your head to be that affected by her presence. Like, girl, I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy my life. I don't have time for foolishness like this. Like, Anyway, she act like she gonna go or whatever, but it's just so crazy that Melody, you know, in the middle of all of it, the awkwardness, she was like, okay, excuse me, y'all, let me go check on the girls. So she went to actually check in on her little girls to see what they was doing. And then, you know, they wanted to know what the hesitation was about and just to see where her head was at. And because she just kept asking all these questions instead of saying, oh, well, that sounds awesome. she was like, you know, I just don't want that negativity and all of that. So anyway, Melody approached her and was like, well, you know, I walked away because of the questions that you were asking, and I just didn't see the point of those questions. And so she was like, well, the last time we went on a trip together, it was negative, and they did a flashback, and they showed that Melody was talking to her, and it's just, I mean, it is true. It just is what it is. She acts as if she is immune to anything happening in her life that has happened to other people. And, you know, like I keep saying, I really feel like her husband has cheated and might quite possibly still be cheating. Y'all know, he gives off that energy. Like, I do what I want to do. I'm the man of this house. She just recently, in recent years, started doing things on her own, because at first everything was all coming from him. Now they have things that are coming in from her as well, financial wise. So yeah, y'all, I'm just like, girl, I'm just like, girl, don't try to act like you don't know what it is. But anyway, Melody was just like, I just feel like we should be able to just move forward. That's what I'm trying to do. And I just don't understand why you want to just stay stagnant, basically. And so she was like, well, I think that's good. And, you know, but I'm just like, girl, move forward. It ain't that deep. So we are at the end of the episode, and Martell has taken the kids to see their grandmother, his mama, and they are excited. I'm talking about before they even hit the door, they talking about the cookies that they gonna make. I'm like, Lord, they love cookies. Them children stay talking about some cookies. But anyway, so they making the cookies, and now they wait on the cool off. And so they ended up telling the kids to go in their grandmama room and play while the cookies cool off. So, of course, they start talking, and she wants to know what's going on between her son and Melody. And he was like, you know, it's not going great. Everything that we have going on is affecting the business side of things. I'm not going to be able to do anything with the 47 acres anymore because of all of this stuff going on. And it's just too much going on. So she was like, okay, so what's going on with the rumors online? And so he was like, yeah, the other girl is pregnant. And yeah, it's his. And, you know, she was like, I would have never guessed in a million years that this would be what's going on. She said that she still loves Melody. He said he still loves her too. And she was like, well, y'all going through this right now. You never know what the future is going to hold. And I'm like, girl, hopefully Melody won't be stupid enough to get back with him and pull a Marie, because it's stupid. It's like people set themselves up and they want to be a glutton for punishment. And I don't understand that. But it's just a mess. And he in the confessional talking about some, I hate to see my mother like this. I never meant to hurt my mother and all this other stuff. Like, you don't want to see your parents upset. You don't want to see your parents in their feelings because of something that you've done. Whether it was something that directly affected them or not. Whether you were the one who was going through it or not. It's still a direct reflection of them on them and all of that. That's why a lot of people are kind of confused about that. My thing is, I understand that people you want to be your own person, but at the same time, you still are a direct reflection of your folks, because they're gonna be like, man, that's that person's child. And I mean, no matter how you cut it, whether you're doing good or bad in life, people are always gonna say, oh, that's them folks, that's that person's child, and all of that. So yeah, his mama and her feelings, and she's just like, I never would have thought that this is what it was going to be. So anyway, you know, she had her moment. She broke down, and then they ended up having a family moment. They called the kids back out there. They are finishing up the cookies and all this other stuff, and they eating. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this recap review. Please thumbs up this video, and let's get down in the comments section and talk about it. Bye.